Proud to serve northeastern and central Pennsylvania. This is WNEP 16, the news station. Now, Nolan Johannes, Karen Hart, pilot Jack Rulin in Skycam 16, Chief Meteorologist Tom Clark, and Joe Zone on sports. This is Newswatch 16.
Karen Hart has the night off. Good evening, I'm Nolan Johannes. The head of Scranton's Civic Arena Authority says he's ecstatic tonight. That's because the authority now has the money to build an arena in Scranton. Newswatch 16's Mark Anik is live now in our newsroom to tell us how it happened and what it means.
Well, Nolan, it's all pretty simple. Before today, we had a good deal of talk about building an arena. Tonight, we have money in the bank to build one. The money comes from the sale of $24 million in municipal bonds. The bond sale is just the latest step in the long process toward the arena, a process that started earlier this month when Scranton City Council confirmed the Arena Authority members.
Yes. Mr. Melton? Yes. Mr. Marnella?
Yes.
Mr. Garrett?
Yes.
Since that time, Authority members and Authority Chairman Joe McNulty have been busy looking over the site where the arena will go up. They've been even busier because the bonds had to be sold before the end of this year. That's because with a tax law change, the bonds won't be tax-free after the 1st. The sale now makes McNulty very happy.
So I'm very pleased that the money's in hand.
To put it mildly.
Yeah, to put it very ecstatic.
The bonds themselves, all 24 million of them, were bought up by Texas billionaire H. Ross Perot. Pete Shelp's firm, Butcher & Singer, was one of the bond underwriters. We asked him why someone would want to buy that many bonds. You might have guessed the reason. It's a good investment, especially for someone in the 50% tax bracket. For comparison, say the investor was going to buy a CD at an interest rate of 8%. Now, with an investment of $1,000, the investor makes $80. But the government takes half of that, so the investor winds up with only $40. But with tax-free municipal bonds, the investor makes more money. The interest rate is less, the yield is less, but the investor gets to keep it all because they're tax-free.
Municipal bonds are excellent, especially for people in the higher tax brackets.
Bond buy is good news for the investor and good news tonight for the authority, but it still doesn't mean that we'll definitely have an arena in Scranton. There are still studies to be done, studies that must then be turned over to Scranton City Council. Council will take the final yes or no vote on an arena sometime this spring. Nolan?
Thank you, Mark. One of the most famous sports arenas is the Orange Bowl in Miami. Joe Zone has been tracking down Penn State players, coaches, and fans in Miami for the big game all week. And Tim Carlson is at the sports screen right now, ready for a live report from Joe. Tim?
Well, Nolan, in just a little more than 24 hours, they will be playing the Orange Bowl in Miami between Oklahoma and, of course, Penn State. Today, Joe Zone attended the media conference with the coaches. And, Joe, tell us what happened there today.
Well, you know, Tim, they do have to schedule a couple of events for us to keep us busy while we're down here. As you know, we've been coming from the Fontainebleau all week where both of the teams are, but not everybody connected with the Orange Bowl is here at the Fontainebleau. In fact, downtown at the Marriott, that's where the Penn State, well, that's really where a lot of the media is staying, and in fact where the Orange Bowl committee is staying, a lot of official activities, and where I had a chance today to talk with Coach Paterno about tomorrow night's big game.
Joe, I don't think anything could have gone better for us than the way it's gone. We've only had about 10 minutes of practice that has not been outstanding, either down here or back home. And that was the other day when we took them out in midday in the heat and tried to get about an hour and 35, 40 minutes of good, fast practice at them, and they died in the last 8, 10 minutes and lost their concentration. But that was even good because they understand now what could happen if we got a real hot night, really hot night. Then last night we practiced in a tropical park under the lights, and we had an outstanding practice. So we're ready to play. We'll play our best football game of the year. Right now, we're a better football team than we were against Pitt, and hey, let's go.
An awful lot of talk about what is called the wishbone and how well Oklahoma runs it. Is this a showcase game in particular for Penn State's linebackers? To me, linebacking seems to be an important part of shutting the wishbone down.
Well, I think everything's important in this game. As quick as these people are and as fast as they can get to the corner, unless somebody turns those things back to the linebackers, they could be just chasing them all day. So I think our corners have to play well, and I think our linebackers have to play well, but everybody really has to hang in there tough.
I I know this is the kind of game that John Schaefer always seems to be at the peak of his game, and there must be something that you can sense working there, getting ready for this.
Well, I think John's ready to have a big game. I really do. I think he and Dozier and some of the other kids, the fullbacks and Clark, all our kids, I think our tight ends have really worked hard on some things. I think we're ready to. I think Schaefer will. Let me put it this way. I'll be disappointed if John doesn't have a great night.
That's high praise coming from Coach Paterno. Now, tonight, we'll be here celebrating New Year's Eve. We'll be talking with Penn State's big play guy, DJ Dozier. I know a lot of you will be out celebrating tonight, and you will not have an opportunity to see us. So to all of you, I say Happy New Year, and enjoy the festivities tonight. And you too, Tim, Nolan, and Karen wears the night off, and everybody else.
Well, thank you, Joe. That's very nice of you. We'll be looking for that DJ Dozier story coming up at 11 o'clock. I know a lot of people will be interested in seeing that. Catch you later. And of course, we'll have more on the Orange Bowl in the Sports Watch. Nolan?
Okay, Tim, thank you, and thank you, Joe. For many people, this is the party night of the year, and where there's a lot of celebration, there's bound to be some who celebrate too much. In Lackawanna County, Mothers Against Drunk Driving, along with some local taxi companies, want to make sure that drivers who drink too much tonight get home safely.
It's a preventive action on our part. We're just hoping by doing this to prevent the individual themselves from injuring themselves, and especially injuring just an innocent victim. In our organization, we have so many families that have lost loved ones because of an irresponsible individual, who is not thinking that his driving ability is being impaired by the drinking. And there are just so many lost lives that we're hoping to prevent one, or just even an injury.
So tonight, if a tavern employee notices a patron is in need of driving assistance, over 700 Lackawanna County bars have the telephone number for a free taxi ride. And in Luzerne County, people can call Poston Taxi or Clearbrook, the alcohol counseling service, for a safe taxi ride home. Many bars and taverns are cooperating with WNEP's designated driver program tonight. We are urging one person in each car not to drink tonight, to be responsible for all the driving. Cooperating bars will give that person a button to wear and also free soft drinks all night. So he or she will be ready to drive the passengers in his car or her car home safely. The city of Pottsville is gearing up for a big New Year's celebration. Newswatch 16's Bob Costantini reports the people who run a brand new hotel are bustling tonight.
The kitchen is buzzing at Pottsville's new Treadway Inn. And working upwards of 12 hours each of the past couple days, the kitchen help is living by a simple philosophy.
Well, you get a lot of sleep, and you just get what has to be done.
More than 300 people will bring in the new year at the 2-week-old downtown hotel. Chef Dave Ritchie checks the prime rib slowly cooking in the oven. It's his job to make sure everything tastes just right. That means keeping track of who's doing what to the food.
It's a lot of work. We're working on basically a new crew, and it's tight getting everybody to work together.
Treadway Food Service Manager Jeff Wilworth is busy on the phone.
Ordering seems to be a big problem because of the holiday season, shipping, receiving.
No doubt it's this hectic inside a lot of kitchens today. If outside celebrations are your thing, you won't have to go to New York.
It's not exactly Times Square, but here in Garfield Square in Pottsville, the JCs are getting ready their own lighted ball. It will come down the flagpole tonight at midnight.
Bring the people a little bit more closer together and, something a little different.
Organizers hope people will crowd the square in what could become a New Year's Eve tradition. Bob Costantini, Newswatch 16, Pottsville.
Last night we told you about resolutions for the new year and that most of us who make those resolutions break them within a month. Some of the people at the University of Scranton want to help you keep your resolution or resolutions, and they want to talk to you too. Joe Ducey is live now to tell us how that survey at the University of Scranton is going.
Nolan, I'm here at the University of Scranton for day 2 of Call in Your New Year's Resolutions. These people behind me are operators. They're waiting for your calls. The number is 961-5771, 961-5771. Now, we need your input. The University of Scranton is doing research on this to try to find out how people can better keep their resolutions for next year. As I said, this is day 2. So yesterday also the phones were open. Dr. John Norcross is with us right now to explain how yesterday's went. John, I hear it was a success. You had a few calls.
It was very exciting. We had over 200 calls within a matter of an hour and a half. And we found the most common resolutions of your viewers were losing weight, stopping smoking, and general health life improvement.
Those were the most popular in the country, too, before.
That's right.
You know, this goes a little bit beyond this importance, am I correct?
It certainly does go beyond simply New Year's resolutions. It goes to an entire effort to change one's behavior year-round, just not one night of the year.
Okay, John, thank you very much. Once again, that number is 961-5771. If you can't get through, if it's busy, keep calling. Joe Ducey, Newswatch 16 live in Scranton. Nolan?
Okay, thank you, Joe. Newswatch 16 continues now with Jerry Gartenberg in Action 16. When we come back, we'll have a warning about a company that says it can help you collect unclaimed money. Plus, later on, Mike Stevens takes us via satellite on the Penn State Road. Tonight, Northeast Pennsylvania's Annex in Miami Beach.
200 years ago, people started advertising in the newspaper, and it worked. 60 years ago, people started advertising with radio, and it worked. But in the past 40 years, advertisers have been able to combine the sight of newspapers with the sound of radio, and along with color and motion, it's called television. And it works, because television is the results medium. Wilkes-Barre Scranton Television gives you more for your advertising dollar.
Dozens of viewers have been lured by a New Jersey company, a company claiming that it can help people collect thousands of dollars from the Pennsylvania state government. Action 16's Jerry Gartenberg says a lot of people have been writing to him. They just don't know what to make of this offer. Jerry's live in his office now to give us some answers. Jerry?
Well, Nolan, what would you think if you got an official-looking card like this from something called Unclaimed Funds of America?
It says thousands of dollars have been turned over to your state and may belong to you. Another line even says this money already belongs to you. Just send $4 for details on how to collect.
Here I'm in the state of Pennsylvania, and yet people from Jersey are sending notices that I have money laying in the state.
Didn't seem to make sense.
That didn't, not with me.
But I told John Kierzakowski of German I'd send the company $4 just to see what the offer's about. I got back this form saying a person could have unclaimed funds and should contact the Pennsylvania Revenue Department. By law, bank accounts or other funds you don't touch for 7 years are turned over to the Revenue Department till you claim them. Still,
people don't have to spend money to find out whether or not they have unclaimed property or funds with the state. There's a toll-free number that you can call.
John Kierzakowski called the number. Know what? He didn't have a penny's worth of unclaimed funds in Pennsylvania.
But this company told you money already belongs to you and it was just waiting for you.
That's right, that's what they said.
Were they right?
So far, they were not.
What do you think of that?
Well, I still say it's a scam.
A high court in New Jersey doesn't think much of it. It's just ordered Unclaimed Funds of America to stop promising people that they have money coming to them. But I can tell you that the Pennsylvania Revenue Department is holding nearly $100 million just waiting for the rightful owners to put in their claims. Now, if you think some of that money belongs to you, you should contact the Revenue Department toll-free at this number, 1-800-222-2046. It's 1-800-222-2046. So you see, Nolan, it won't cost you anything to find out whether you have unclaimed funds.
Okay, and I assume that's a Monday through Friday business day telephone number, right?
That is correct.
Okay, very good. Thanks for the information. Well, our chief meteorologist, Tom Clark, has his New Year's Eve weather watch all set to go, and boy, he's dressed to kill. I bet you're going to celebrate tonight in your weather office.
Yeah, I am. This jacket looks a little brighter towards midnight, Nolan.
Yes, I can imagine.
And it's time to celebrate. When we come back, I'll talk about the most awesome weather event in 1985.
Baby pants, you've got Love's comfy little baby pants.
Love's introduces something better than regular diapers.
Baby pants.
New baby pants with a comfort waistband that snuggles all around to fit better than plain old diapers.
Bye-bye diapers, hello baby pants.
Love's baby pants has gentle waist gathers front and back, so it stops leaking better, too.
I'm comfy as can be. Hello, Love's new baby pants.
Full-service film developing. No matter what kind of pictures you take, Hills has quality film developing that's priced low every day. Self-service with drop-off booths in each store. Full service with enlargements, copies, and Hills guarantee. Don't like a shot? We'll buy it back. Full-service film developing at low prices every day.
We're a different kind of department store. You ought to be shopping Hills.
Next, a man outdoors who resolves that your weather be shiny and bright all year long. Right? Maybe I even stole your thunder there, Tom.
No, that's good. Try to keep it nice and bright on weekends, at least just on the weekends only, through 86. Kind of a dull finish to 1985, but indeed it looks like a bright start to 86. Tonight's holiday house is over in Troop, and it's a nice display there. Belongs to the Venanski family along Clark Street, of all places. The temperature in my backyard now, it's mostly cloudy at the moment, 37 degrees. Our weather watchers from across the area in Upper Black Eddy, that's in Bucks County, just east of Allentown, 35 there. In Bloomsburg, it's 35, and in Greeley, Pike County, it's 29 at this hour. The humidity out back is 46%. The wind is coming in from the southwest at 9, and you can set that new barometer you got for Christmas to read 29.76 inches, and it's holding steady now. The high here today, 37 degrees after a low last night of 14, 63. The record high for the date, and 7 below. Back in 1917 still stands. The most awesome weather event in 1985 occurred back on May 31st, when Pennsylvania was hit by the worst tornado outbreak on record. More than 15 violent twisters tore through parts of Pennsylvania, and that one that crossed over central Pennsylvania carved a path 2 miles wide and 50 miles long. The tornadoes also touched down in parts of Union County, Lycoming, Northumberland, and Luzerne County that particular night. It lasted 8 hours, and it claimed 64 lives in Pennsylvania. Hurricane Gloria was not too shabby either. Now here's the radar image. Notice a band of rain now all the way down to the Gulf of Mexico. Some heavy thunderstorms down that way, all happening out ahead of a cold front that is probably going to push through dry later on this evening. So no weather hazards overnight tonight. It should stay dry, but mostly cloudy. This front may bring some showers to the Orange Bowl tomorrow night. Game time temperatures in the 60s, but I don't see any steady pouring rain for the big game. Now, we can see why temperatures will be coming milder later on in the week. Will become a bit milder. Steering currents mostly from the west across the country off the Pacific, so that should keep readings a bit above normal for the first week of 1986. Here's the sunrise time for January 1st, and that is at 7:29. And look at the sunset now, 4:44, a little bit sooner than what it was today. Mostly cloudy overnight, again probably dry over northeastern and central Pennsylvania. 23 the morning low, about 32 for the high tomorrow. Mostly sunny skies, nice looking day. Thursday, partly cloudy, still dry, 36, and into the 40s on Friday. If I don't see you tonight on the update, Happy New Year.
All right.
I'll see you before the ball drops.
Yep, we'll be here.
Okay.
Okay, Tom. Still to come, Tim Carlson in for Joe Zone on the Sports Watch with the new Super 16 high school wrestling rankings, plus more on the Coaches Conference at the Orange Bowl in Miami.
Come on, baby, let's got towels roll. So many sheets, it'll thrill your soul. Come on, baby, let that paper roll. Roll on and on.
When the other leading brand gives up, Scott Towels keeps right on rolling because it has lots more sheets so you don't run out. Scott Towels, Scott Tissue, Scotty, Scott Economy Pack Napkins. The Scott Value products go a long way and save you money.
Roll on and on.
Put on a few pounds lately? In this week's Star Magazine, find out how two can lose weight easier than one.
Try our new couples diet.
To lose weight together. And it's Marie Osmond's new Nashville Life as country star and mother. Why she wants to marry again. Also in the Star, how Dallas could change if Victoria Principal's pregnant. And it's psychologist Wayne Dyer.
Find out how you can raise happier, stress-free kids.
And see what your 1986 horoscope has in store for you. All in the Star Magazine.
Skycam models are now available.
Well, Tim, I would say that Paterno sounded as optimistic as Paterno ever sounds in that interview tonight.
Surprising, to tell you the truth, and I think what he's trying to do is also psych his players up a bit, because they are going in as underdogs, and they really don't have that respect factor. Media conference day in Miami with the coaches involved in the Orange Bowl game tomorrow night. No earth-shattering revelations from either Joe Paterno, who you see here with Joe Zone via satellite, or Barry Switzer of Oklahoma. They aren't going to give away any secrets now. It's all going to come down to which team wants it more and, of course, is better prepared. More on today's media conference tonight on The Update, and of course, Joe Zone will be talking about DJ Dozier, the big threat man for Penn State tonight at 11. A couple of college bowl games played this afternoon, and here's the final scores for you. In the Blue Bonnet, number 10 Air Force goes out a winner this year, beating Texas 24-16, and a real good day for the Armed Services, as in the Peach Bowl, Army defeated Illinois 31-29. Wholesale changes in the Super 16 high school wrestling rankings this week. All but 3 teams involved in tough tournament action with a strong competition. It took its toll. Let's check it out. Number 16 is Myers. They dropped from number 10, finishing 6th in the Tunkhannock tourney. At number 15, Tunkhannock, they fall 3 after a 5th place finish in the same tournament. At number 14, Athens, the Bulldogs stay put. Number 13 is Bald Eagle Area. The Eagles, a new entry. They came in 2nd in the Mannheim tournament. At number 12, the Bulldogs won the Columbia County tournament. They're new this week in the Super 16. Number 11, up from 15, Shamokin. The Indians won the Mount Carmel tournament. At number 10, another tournament winner, Danville. They took the Tri-State. They move up 1. At number 9, Pine Grove staying put despite winning the Line Mountain tournament. At number 8, the Bobcats finishing 3rd in the prestigious Top Hat tournament in Williamsport, but they still dropped 2. This Super 16's tough. At number 7, Wyoming Area, the Warriors won the Tunkhannock tournament. They move up 1. At number 6, the Hurricanes move up 1, finishing 2nd in the Top Hat tournament in Williamsport. Number 5, Northwestern. They stay the same as last week. At number 4, the Northampton Concrete Kids. They won the Christmas City tournament, but they stay put. At number 3, another team staying the same as last week. The Spartans did not wrestle. At number 2, last week's number 1, the Braves finished 3rd in the Mannheim tournament. And at number 1, the Williamsport Millionaires, taking advantage of the number 1 team's losing streak last week. They move into the top spot after winning their own Top Hat tournament. Back on The Update with more of those highlights from the bowl games, plus Joe Zone in Miami talking about DJ Dozier.
All right, we'll
see you
watch
later.
that. Thanks
Okay.
a lot, Tim. Stay tuned next. Mike Stevens reports from the Penn State Road from a lion's den along the beach in Florida.
Your Lincoln Mercury dealers have a shape to fit your budget. Right now, you can save $1,220 when you buy an option package with Cougar XR7. Here's another great shape. 7.9 annual percentage rate financing on any new Mercury Lynx. And right now, you can keep them in shape with free 4-year, 36,000-mile extended service plan protection on every new Mercury sold.
We've got the shape! We've got the shape you want to be in! It's that special time, yours and mine, as close as we can be. It's that special feeling on any beat. That special feeling on
There are thousands of people all over the Miami area this week, and there for a lot of reasons. Mike Stevens found out just how many of them are coming down from Pennsylvania to cheer on the blue and white. Here is his satellite report now from the Penn State Road.
This Miami Beach hotel for this week has become sort of a Northeast Pennsylvania annex. Don't take my word for it. These folks will tell you.
I'm from Sweet Valley, Pennsylvania.
I'm from Scranton. I'm from Hughestown.
From El Pocono. From Pittston. I'm from good old Dixon City.
Most of the people enjoying the Florida sun here are from Pennsylvania. About 400 of them came down to root for Penn State. Herman Cardoni of Plains is a 1930 graduate. There's been a lot of water under the bridge since then.
When I was down there, we had 4,000 males and about 200 girls, and we couldn't get dates. We had to go to Belfont. Now we have 50% females and 50% males. So the field's open.
Today was a good South Florida day, a real good one. So the folks from home were out enjoying it. Right after the game, they'll be heading back to Pennsylvania, where you won't be able to do something like this for at least a couple of months yet. But even so, football and the Orange Bowl weren't far from their minds. Herman, for example, had the whole game worked out.
The final outcome is 2017. We're going to score 2 touchdowns and 2 field goals, and they're going to score 2 touchdowns and 1 field goal.
Well, predictions of the final score may differ, but in this Pennsylvania annex, there's no doubt whatever as to which team will win. I'm Mike Stevens, Newswatch 16, via satellite on the Penn State road to the Orange Bowl.
They look like they're having fun. That's Newswatch 16 for New Year's Eve. But we hope that you'll join us tonight on the update when we'll be telling you how the designated driver program is going. So for the team, including Karen, who is celebrating tonight, have a happy and safe New Year.